that is, if you look at the first point, that is research questions. Okay, research questions means what is style. The content of writing by a particular author. Okay. So these are the things. Okay, that is how language and contexts, language and its contexts are related. Okay. Language and its context. Context means in what condition, in what circumstances you are using language or writing a text. Okay. So context is important. Okay. So the relationship of language. So these are the basically that anyone doing stylistic analysis, so he has to handle various questions and various issues. Okay, so if he is doing study and research in stylistic analysis. Okay. The second point, you know, Afzal, are you there? The second issue or the second point is that you understand these words, qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative and quantitative. If you are studying style of a novel or style of an autobiography or style of a poetry, okay, so you can use and what you can aim at two kind of things. Okay, that is your study and analysis be qualitative or it may be quantitative or it may be both qualitative and quantitative, both. So what do you mean by qualitative study? That is, you make a close reading and find out what are the uses of language in the text and how does it represent meaning, how does it represent and convey meaning. Okay, so the thing is that each and every sentence, each and every phrase or each and every word you study from the point of view that how it produces and how it conveys meaning. So the point is that is each and every sentence meant to convey something, meant to communicate something. Okay. So the point is that if you study any text, for that matter, I mean you can take any national song or any song or any poem. Okay. So you see that there is a text, and in that text you look at the words and you try to find out that how the words and sentences used in these texts they are connected to invoke or to convey some meaning. Okay. So the point is that if simple way, if you are doing a content analysis, so what is meaning wise, what is there in a story or in a poem, in a text, and how it is represented through the words that actually used in that poem. Right. So that is, I mean, qualitative analysis. Another name, synonym for qualitative analysis is content analysis. Close reading. Close reading. Close reading means that you read very intensively and not once, but as many times as possible. And then you arrive at what is being communicated and what is being conveyed through writing a poem. And that is not, understanding the overall and the ultimate meaning of a poem. That is not a one-time or easy job. So Because it is difficult, so you have to go through qualitative study of that text. Okay. You have to have take every word, every sentence into account and look at whether this is used literally or metaphorically, or it is used symbolically, figuratively, how it is used, how it is used. Okay. So because words and sentences do have different levels of meanings, different levels of meaning. If you try to understand a text or a poetry directly through the literal meanings, so that you cannot comprehend it. Okay. You have to see that word is used as simply a word, or word is used as a metaphor or as a symbol representing some particular desired meaning. So that is what is meant by qualitative analysis. So remember these words: close reading and content analysis. This is the meaning of qualitative study. If you are able to do the content analysis, and if you are able to do through close reading, so then you are making a qualitative study. That is, I mean, your whole attention is on the text and meanings, text and meanings. The other thing is approach is called quantitative approach. Quantitative approach. So quantitative approach is another name of statistical analysis. Statistical analysis. That is a matter of counting and calculations. Counting and calculations. So that is, I mean, if you are reading a text, so you may be interested in knowing how many words are there in this text. How many words are similar in this text? How many compound words are used in this text? How many sentences are used in this text? Now, obviously, sentences are not all of the same type. You have active sentences. In a text, you may have passive sentences. Sometimes you are writing that John killed the tiger. In another line, or in some text, it is written the tiger was killed by John. Okay, so that there is a use of active sentence or passive sentence, or there are the use of question words. Question words. That is who, why, when, how. Now these are the question words. So that you can have how many in a 5 pages material, how many question words are there, how many sentences, that is interrogative sentences, are there, how many active and passive. So the thing is that you have to have a counting and calculation and work out the percentages of that. Similarly, at the level of sounds, okay, that what kind of vowels are used, okay, what kind of consonants are used in a poem, what are the number of onomatopoeic words, words which sound like their meaning, say onomatopoeic words. What are the counts of rhyming words in a poem? Okay. Rhyming words in a poem. Okay. So that poetry like ghazal or poetry like qasida or simple English poem, simple English poem. Okay. So like if you say the woods are lovely, dark and deep, I have promises to keep, and mine is to go before I sleep, and mine is to go before I sleep. So in these 4 lines, deep, the words are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. So deep, keep, sleep. 3 words are used here as a rhyming words. So in these 4 lines, 3 words are used as a rhyming word, rhyme, and even one word like sleep is used not one it is used twice. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So there is a repetition of last line. So the point is that if you study stylistics, making stylistic analysis of text, so one issue or one aim is to find out the use of language in terms of quantitative analysis. And quantitative analysis means number one, counting, number two, percentage, number three, rankings of the words or sounds or sentences. So all this is there. So that is, I mean, in a given text, how language is used and manipulated. What are the frequency of different sounds and different words. So if you are making a calculation and counting, because by this you will arrive at some conclusion or some finding. So that is known as not qualitative, but that is known as quantitative analysis. That is to what extent, what kind of sounds and morphemes and words, phrases, or what kind of sentences and what kind of patterns are there in a given text. So that is known as quantitative analysis. I am explaining these words only, and then you go through the material that I have given you, so you will study them more accurately and more comprehensively. Okay? Similarly, okay, looking at the text. Okay, what is the data? What is the information and data that you are using in stylistic analysis? So data is basically how language is used in the text. Data. Okay. So data means you can analyze the linguistic data at various levels of language. Say at the level of phonological level, sounds and sound patterns. At the level of morphological level, the making and the processes of the words, morphological analysis. You can go to phrasal analysis, you have to go to sentential analysis, and you have to look at what are the words used in this and their sense relations. What are the grammatical patterns? So grammatical patterns in a text, or morphological, syntactic, or phonological patterns. Now these all information that you gather from the text, and then this means that is how and in what way you are using data from the text that you are studying. Are you listening me? Is this clear, Afzal?
Yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है. फिर तो लास्ट पॉइंट पे आते हैं. तो stylistic models and tools of analysis, right? So the point is that there is a fourth point that you will again study from the same material. The last point, stylistic models and tools of analysis. So the models, the methods you are using the stylistic analysis, they are not the same. So there are various alternatives. Okay. So one stylistic model says that style is there in the text because there is a variation in the use of language. There is a variation in the use of language. Variation at all levels: phonological, morphological, syntactic, and semantic. Okay. So the point is that style of an author or style of a poet is there in the text because he is not using language uniformly or according to a particular variation. Variation is the prime and the key cause, prime and central cause of style being there in the text. So there is the variation model, and then there is the another model that says that stylistics is important and style is there in the poem because of the choices. Remember the choices, selections made by the author. So suppose tomorrow you are writing a poetry. So because you are writing a poetry, so you will select the word. So you can't select the same words that as Iqbal or Ghalib or Shakespeare or Milton or any other author. तो आपको अपना ही तो वर्ड चूज करना पड़ेगा. So you have a poetry like ये मेरा चमन मैं अपने चमन का बुलबुल हूँ. So beautiful poem or any other poem that you like. So that there may be feelings and there may be ideas in your mind. You may wish to write a poem. Even if you are writing a poem on a similar topic, the moment you write, you start selecting your own words, and the moment you start selecting your own words, it goes to your style. The poem results into a text which is written by someone in a unique style. And why in a unique style? Because I am not writing poem, you are writing. Or you are not writing the poem, somebody else is writing poem or story and all that. So the thing is that stylistic model goes according to the variations in the use of language, and stylistic model, another stylistic model also goes that you go step by step finding out what are the choices made by particular author, what are the choices of. Because in language you can say one thing in a variety of ways, in a variety of ways. So suppose you are telling about the elections happening in various parts of India, elections, okay? And you are for and you are against for some party. So you can say that that there is good news coming from Bengal or Assam. So that this means that you are saying that your desired party is strongly winning. Okay? Or you can say that my party has done, or the party I have voted that is doing better. Okay? So that way you can say. This time when reports come, some good thing will happen. So I take a small break.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, sir.
Afzal, Abdul Wahid, listening me?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Sorry, there was some break. Okay, I was somebody was calling. Okay, right. So this is that I an example that what you write and in the text. Okay, so one way is that all depends according to the your selection and your choice of words. You may say one and the same thing, but you can say it in different ways, in different styles. So that one stylistic model is that looking into the differentiation and variation of language in a text, and another model goes according to the choices made by particular persons, because the all native speakers of language are competent in their use of their language, and competence means that we can express one and the same idea in multiple ways, in many number of ways. Okay. So that is, I'm discussing the last point, okay, that is stylistic models and tools, okay. So variation model, and then I'm talking about this choice model, and there is another model is called deviation deviation model. A deviation model says that if you can use style can be there in a poem or in a story if you are using words in a new and innovative method. New and innovative method. If everybody is using language in the same similar way, so there will be no much style in the text. But if the text is full of style of the author, so it also depends on that do the authors are using language in a very usual manner. A very usual manner means that suppose you have to apply for some permission or something in the department. So that is when you are writing an application, so that most of the people they are using the same language. Sir, my name is so and so. I am studying class so and so. I request you to do so and so. I'll be thankful to you, and yours faithfully. What is this? That there are situations where everybody is using a same language for writing the text. But in literature, especially, and in any serious writings, okay, that everybody is competent. That is all right, but that everybody is not using language in the same way. So then how somebody is using language by deviating from the normal usage, deviating from the normal usages, and creating new words and new sentences. Okay, so that makes the writing innovative, showing some newness, showing something which the readers have not seen anywhere else. So this newness, this innovative use of words and sentences brings style into the text. Am I clear on this point? Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Now my submission is that you study all these points in the light of what is the material that I have sent you. That is from a good book, Jeffries and McIntyre. तो ये सारे headings उसमें दिए हुए हैं. So step by step you write it and you manage to understand that how these matters are to be understood. Okay. So in the light of these 4-point discussion, 4 kinds of points that I am discussing here with you, which I have completed. So these points to the matter that is there. Obviously, what is there in the printed matter, so everything you are not supposed to understand and everything may not be clear to you. But whatever and how much you understand, and then in the light of my discussion, you can write a 4 or 5 page essay which you may need in the future for any future thing, understanding or any project or any uh, Viva Voce telephonic Viva program and all that. We don't know what will happen. Okay? Assignments we have given you, and for some marks you will be given another small exercise or another small telephonic Viva and all that. तो इसके लिए इस तरह से तैयार करना है. For other topics, from now to Monday, I will prepare some notes, and then before Monday, I will send you the notes, and then I'll discuss future topics like stylistic devices, and text as discourse, functional categories of style. Okay? So at least 2 topics I'll be sending you in the form of notes, and I'll be discussing them each point by point, word by word, so that my purpose is not only that you have a class and you have materials, printed material, but at least 50% or more than 50% you are able to understand and appreciate what you are doing. That is my purpose. That is my purpose. So, had it been offline class, we could look at for 80 or 100% achievement. But in these online classes, your achievement would be that is if you are taking interest and trying to understand more than 50% things. So then by elaborating this, you can raise it, your understanding more and more. But within this condition and within these limitations, it is not possible for aiming at 100%, so it may be 50 to 60% understanding, and with good writing and good response from you. So that will ensure your betterment and your doing this semester and probably next semester. So I stop here. If there is a question, you can ask. So then I'll be meeting you on Monday. Right.
Sir, may I asking about result?
Yes, please.
Uh, I was checked by a website, MU. I checking my result, but not, yeah, not showing in there. What happened?
Your result is not there on the website.
Yes, sir. I cannot check.
Huh?
I cannot check in there.
Okay, so why you cannot check? What's the problem?
The problem is I wanna looking my result. How much the totally by my result in there.
Your result last year, last semester result or this semester result?
Last semester, sir, fifth semester.
So you have a university website, you have departments and office number. So for this you contact office numbers and you contact chairman of the department. So he will let you know what is the way to find out your marks and all that. Okay, so that is what happened last semester. So I cannot individually answer this. Okay, so you have to make a regular contact with the office of the Department of Linguistics, and if not, if any further problem, so you have to contact Professor M.J. Varsi, Chairman Department of Linguistics. So he will help you. They will help. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the solution.
Okay. So I Afzal, Sharil, please ask your other classmates to attend classes. You know, there are these 3-4 people attending my class, so this is not a good sign. Okay, right?
Okay, sir.
Right. Remember that I am not feeling well, but even then I am taking the class. So the students should come and they must attend the class and don't waste the time, right? They have to join. So if you have your personal group of classmates, so you inform that sir is very unhappy because only 4 people are attending classes. So Monday I need more people listening me and joining me. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay. Nah, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Allah Hafiz.
Assalamualaikum.